Hello and welcome. We are going to do something new today, something I haven't tried so far, and that is painting a so-called sofubi figure. The official name for it is soft vinyl kit, as the box also says, and they are basically hollow PVC models and such, very different from the usual resin kits or 3D printed figures I do. I don't know if this kind of figure making is still a thing in Japan. It definitely was popular back in the 90s, I think, because you can still find such vintage kits of older anime series, but not for the newer ones. This is, of course, as the title says, for the series Nadia, the Secret of Blue Water, and depicts the protagonist Nadia in her swimsuit that she is wearing in the infamous Island episodes. It's based on an official illustration by Yoshiyuki Sadamoto, who served as the lead character designer for the series and many of Gainax's other projects. Basically, she's supposed to sit on a sandy beach with her pet lion, King. At first, I was really hesitant because even during the unboxing, I saw that there will be a lot of work required to complete a kit like this. But I still wanted to give it a try. There are no other Nadia figures on the market, at least officially. I've seen a couple of resin recasts here and there for insane prices like tens of thousands of yens, so compared to those, this one really was a bargain. I think I got it for 3,000 or 4,000 yens on Mandarake, which is around 25 euros or dollars, and it was hard to find too. I think this one is the rarest of them all. In retrospect, I think I should have done way more research beforehand than I did. Maybe the figure would have turned out prettier in the end, but let's get on with the video. This is a kit that had been sitting on my shelf for quite some time now, and since I was still waiting for my Anycubic shipping for the printer, I decided to go for it. It came with an assembly guide and a pair of golden ear hoops. King came as a one-part figure. Nadia, however, had to be cut and assembled from separate parts. I'm not really sure how these figures were actually manufactured, but all of the parts came with huge casting chunks that had to be cut off. If you ever decide to work on a kit like this, be very careful during this stage, because it may seem harmless, but the sharp edges can quickly make a deep cut on your fingers. Sanding was extremely difficult. I may even had the wrong equipment for it. I just had no real success with smoothing the edges. The next step was figuring out what to do with the hollowness. I've seen people filling them with plaster. This looked the more professional way, others with spray foam, and also others leaving them completely empty and only closing off the openings like the shoulders or the legs. So it was not easy to decide which one was the right one. I did close off all the openings on the limbs because I could smooth out the unevenly cut edges like that, and they could fit together better. Still, there were visible gaps between her skin and clothes that I thought would vanish with the painting later. That, of course, did not happen. In hindsight, I should have used a lot more putty around them to make them more seamless. Even though I did a thorough wash and scrub of all the parts, they still kind of felt greasy, and the primer and the paint did not want to stick to the surface easily. It dried very quickly though. The whole process felt like painting a weird hollow Barbie doll or something. I had to do at least 2 layers of each color to reach a somewhat even coverage and not to have a streaky effect. I did mix yellow and deck tan for the pastel swimsuit. It took a while until I found the shade that matched the one in the original artwork. I knew that whatever skin tones I have been using so far will not be working since Nadia is a person of color. In Jules Verne's books, Captain Nemo is of Indian descent, however in the anime, he and his wife were rulers of Tartessos, which is rumored to be a once thriving civilization somewhere in southern Spain, and that would place them somewhere in the Mediterranean area. You can still see the traditional bindi on the queen's forehead, which kinda indicates her Indian heritage, but it's never really specified in the story. Nadia's skin is significantly darker than that of Nemo's, so I had to either mix some of my brown colors or find something in my Vallejo Fairy Flash set. And I found a shade that was very similar to the one seen in the anime, and I was happy I did not have to bother with a mixture. At first, I thought I have to paint King fully white, but when I checked the screenshot, I noticed that he has off-white paws and belly, but overall a greyish fur, so that's what I went with. hair was black, of course. I just did not know how to add the distinctive purple highlights she has until I added a shimmering coat to the little blue waterstone. I remember that I have 2 bottles of sheer glittery coats, one with a bluish hint and one with purple. At first, I tried adding some random streaks to the hair, which turned out quite ugly, so I decided to cover the whole head with it. The brush strokes even look like as if they were hair strands. I had my share of problems with the eyes. I thought that generally the head showed a lot younger Nadia than that of the series. The face is round and plump, the eyes are disproportionately large compared to what we've seen in the anime. So no matter how you approach it, the huge round eyes will make her look very childlike. I did want to add some motion to the figure, not just having her look bored. So I attached the head turning sideways, I painted the eyes as if they were looking up to the viewer of the figure, and decided to move her bent leg and arm up as if she was asking you to take her hand to help her stand up. I don't know if it was a good idea or not. You know me, I like to experiment with my figures. Tell me what you think. I did some touch-ups here and there and used some spray on varnish as well. Thinking of building a base from plastic or cardboard paper covered with sand, but that might have been a pain in the butt later, and I did not want to have dirt all over my shelves or on the other figures. So I just went for a beach towel. I cut up one of my older leggings, a blue one matching the theme of course, and voila, the kit was ready. Definitely not my best work, I give you that. But for my first attempt of sofubi, I think it looks decent. It's not a hard kit to paint. Reaching the painting phase is what makes it hard. So if you are a fan of the series and can get your hand on a kit like this, do not miss the chance. Thank you for watching this video. Please stay safe out there. This is a very hot summer. See you in July with other videos and projects.